Thanks for joining us again in the studios of CET in Cincinnati. I'm Odell Owens, and we're going to have a conversation about something that isn't usually associated with the dropout crisis, early learning, and the importance of giving a child a good start. You can learn more and find out how to become involved by visiting our website. We'll have it posted throughout our local breaks, or you can call United Way's 211. They'll have operators standing by. You can also follow us on Facebook or at Cincy_AmGrad with the hashtag CETAmGrad. I'm joined by Stephanie Bird, Executive Director of United Way's Success by Six, and Dr. Judy Van Ginkel, President of Every Child Succeeds. Welcome.
Thank you.
Stephanie, how does early learning relate to a child's later success in school and the likelihood that he or she will graduate?
Well, we have learned that education is a continuum, and where children start is oftentimes, unfortunately, where they end if they don't have a high quality early learning experience. And when we look at the early years, the birth through 5 years of age group, we know that much of the foundation for their future learning happens in those early years. And 90% of the brain is in development up through age 3 or age 5. And if that foundation isn't strong, what they're able to learn and do in subsequent years is largely affected. The early years are the foundation for reading and cognition and social emotional development. And if we are focused on getting a child prepared in those first few years of life, prepared for kindergarten, it gives them the better opportunity to be successful in the later years. We know that a child who's prepared for kindergarten is more likely to be reading on track by 3rd grade. And we also know that children who are reading on track in 3rd grade are more likely to be successful in high school and graduate. So it is a continuum, starting with birth and really continuing through that child's early years into elementary age and on into high school.
Great. Judith, tell us about Every Child Succeeds.
Well, Every Child Succeeds was founded 13 years ago with the knowledge that the brain develops very early, as Stephanie explained. We finally at that time were able to see brain development and graphically show what happened to the brain of a child who was nurtured versus one who wasn't. So Every Child Succeeds was formed to work with at-risk young mothers in our community, at-risk meaning young, single, poor, often with inadequate prenatal care, to help them know how to be better parents and help their children. Some of the things we know about the 0 to 3 time period that matter very much are first, that healthy birth outcomes make a difference. Secondly, that a child with toxic environments very early have a lifetime trajectory of problems and issues. Things like social emotional development are affected by what happens in those early years. Our job is to help the mothers who come to us to improve that. So we work with the mother, we work with the baby. We meet only 20% of the need for what we do. But what we do know is that what we are doing works, and we document it.
Great. Stephanie,
Yes.
How is Success by Six helping to improve early learning in our region?
We are focused on systemic solution to kindergarten readiness. And when I say that, I mean we don't have a system of early childhood in our country, certainly not in this community. And we are working with local programs to make sure that they're focused on a common vision of helping children prepare for kindergarten. We work with home visiting programs. Every Child Succeeds is an important partner, child care programs, and others who are focused on early child development to work towards a common goal. The United Way has developed bold goals. And in our region, it's that 85% of children are prepared for kindergarten by 2020. Well, we have worked with them to get them aligned in creating strategies that move us towards that bold goal. We have created a data system that allows us to track how children are progressing through the programs that they're in. And not only is it important that they're in a program, but that those programs offer quality services and are geared towards kindergarten readiness in helping children succeed.
Great. Judith, tell me, what kind of impact are you seeing on the families and on the children?
Well, it's truly remarkable because for the children, they are developing well. An important statistic is our infant mortality rate, which is 4.7 per 1,000 live births, considerably lower than Cincinnati, Hamilton County, the state of Ohio. Our parents are becoming good advocates for their children. We're working on maternal depression. The children are ready when they leave us at age 3 to go on to the next phase of development, which is 3 to 5, and over time then be ready for kindergarten as well. We feel that we need to have strong and competent mothers so that the children have the best possible start. We know that 0 to 3 matters, and yet, as Stephanie has alluded to, even though we know that, having the public policy in place that supports 0 to 3 isn't there. Cincinnati, I think, is making a really great effort with Success by 6 and Strive and programs like Every Child Succeeds to actually develop the continuum for children and put a focus on the fact that if you do things early, when the brain is developing, it's not only less expensive, but it's also a lot more effective.
Well, let me first thank you both for what you do, and thank you both for being with us today. Stay with us. We'll be back with more stories about what's going on in our community to help children succeed. You can become involved, become an American Graduate Champion by visiting us at cincy-americangraduate.org or by calling our good friends at United Way 211.